This video is sponsored by Squarespace. Here's what happens. So I procrastinate on projects slash just am doing other things, run out of time, whatever. It gets close to the end of the month. 2 Squarespace videos need to be done. And I get stuck in this kind of oscillating cycle between wanting to be able to put more time into a video to make it better and not starting the video because I want to be able to put more time into it to make it better. So like, I'm bummed out that I can't put more time into it to make it better. And then, so I don't start it, which just only shortens the amount of time that I then have to get it finished. And it just like kind of goes back and forth between me feeling like, okay, I need to start this now because I need some time to make it good. I'm like, but I don't have enough time to make it as good as I want to make it. So I just can't start it because like it's not going to be as good as I want it to be. And then without fail, at the end of every month, like it's like I make 2 videos in a day or something, and they just are what they are, and they perform terribly. And I look at them, I'm like, yeah, well, they're not great videos. Like I didn't put enough time into them. I didn't put enough effort into them to make them good. So that makes sense. Right now I have a shoot in 4 hours, and I need to get a Squarespace video done. Thankfully, I already have one done. I know it needs to get done, like right now, today. I don't really have any other time to do it. I mean, I guess kind of this weekend. But I also have 2 Video Leap videos to shoot, and then all 4 Video Leap videos to edit. So that all needs to happen, by the end of the month. And yeah, I'm just sitting here like false starting on this Squarespace video because I had my first idea was like the 3 tools that every video creator should always have: zip ties, a knife, and gaffer's tape. So that's a good video, I think. But then this like comment is playing through my head, that this one that I got one time, which was like 30-second Squarespace ad, 2-minute video or something. Because like really, the 3 tools thing could be a TikTok. Like it could be 45 seconds. I could say what they are, give a couple examples of why, show some B-roll of me using them. Boom. It's like you got the information. So I don't need to stretch that into even a 2-minute video. Like that can be a fast video. So I'm like, okay, that's not a great video for YouTube. That's not a great video to have an ad inside of it because, it's like, I don't know, it feels like an ad. If an ad's going to take 30 seconds, to then only give them 45 seconds of content of whatever, just doesn't seem like enough. So I kind of scrapped that video, even though that was the video I was planning on making for the last week for the Squarespace thing. So I'm like, all right, fine. I'm good at rolling quick and like, okay, then what idea do you have right now? So the second idea was, the idea that I just got when I went to have lunch was things that YouTubers think about but don't talk about. And in my head, it was like a series of kind of skits where I'm talking to myself like TikTok style about some of this stuff, about like, trying to make stuff that you're proud of and you don't care how it's going to be received, but you really actually care how it's going to be received. Like that's what you think about that all the time. You try to trick yourself into thinking that you don't care, but you really do care. That's like just one of the things that I was going to talk about. The second one was, like, I wonder if this video is okay to be sponsored. Because like sometimes stuff just shouldn't be sponsored. Sometimes like sponsorships don't make sense for content. You should just be able to make stuff and make stuff that isn't sponsored. And like thinking back on when I wasn't making any sponsored videos and how I always wanted to make sponsored videos, I'm like, I can't wait to make sponsored videos. and now that I do make them, it's like almost all that I make, I'm like, yeah, but not all of this stuff should be sponsored. Some of this stuff should just be fun videos that you get to put out, man. So that was a second video idea, but I'm just sitting here thinking, okay, should I be walking around Annapolis? Should I be changing locations? How do I make this good? And in my mind, I'm just like envisioning it not being good. And that's a weird place to be, The beauty about daily vlogging, what I used to do is I didn't have a choice about whether something was good or not. It just had to exist. It just was the day, and I just had to shoot a video and edit it and like make it as good as I possibly could. And it was that sort of like deadline, constant, loop that made me make stuff. And a lot of that stuff I'm proud of, And yes, of course there's videos that I made while I was daily vlogging where I'm like, man, I can see the ways that this, and this would have made it better. But, I truly believe in kind of like the mantra of the more you do something, the more you improve at it. And you can't just like will yourself into getting better at making videos or any craft. But by studying it, I mean, like to a certain degree you can, but you really have to just start doing it and start putting stuff out and start making things. And I really believe in that. I really believe in, I think I got to a point here on YouTube where I feel like I don't really have any room left to fail or left to flop with a video. That every video needs to kind of not flop or not fail. But just feeling like that is like such a non-starter for creating any sort of videos, for making anything into, an idea. Because when you can't fail, when you have no room to kind of do a bad job and grow and learn and get better, you just can't do anything. Because you're just too afraid, I lived like a lot of my life like that. And that's been a bit of a constant cycle loop thing for me too. So welcome to my YouTube therapy session with my camera, my therapist camera. This has been career therapy with Sony a7S III. Yeah, it's sponsored by Squarespace. They've got fantastic templates. So, I mean, really, it's you can make your own website, but have it look like a professional made it. That's really cool. I can't code websites, but everybody needs to have a website. You just have to have kind of a home base for your stuff, your portfolio, getting freelance work or whatever. So, and you need it to look good, but maybe you don't have a couple $1,000 to pay a pro to do it. That's where Squarespace comes in. Like, make something, looks great. Does its job. You can do a bunch of stuff that I don't even take advantage of. Like you can schedule meetings on Squarespace. You can create a whole store, a whole shop, like payment processing, all that stuff. A bunch of different integrations. Have a blog. If you want to try it out, you can go to squarespace.com/CodyWarner, get a free trial, and then when you're ready to buy, use the code CodyWarner to get 10% off your first purchase. Squarespace. Thanks again for sponsoring any of my stuff, really, because I am so truly super grateful for you and believing in me as a creator and wanting to advertise on my stuff. Like that's crazy and means a lot. I've just been here reminding myself that I like some of the stuff that I make. One of the hardest things, the hardest thing, is that I feel like really what can I do? Like as a job. Like if I can't do this well and consistently, like month to month, whether you consider me like a YouTuber or a freelance video creator, which I am both. really, what can I do? Like, what other job is there or business that like changes more often than this and like gives more new, fresh, exciting experiences, like more novel, challenging experiences than this does? It just makes me feel like an unreliable, inconsistent, unreliable, inconsistent, just like schlub. I'm just like, well, if this fails, like, what can I do? What else can I do? What other job is there for me? That's really hard. So third thing, it's not like you were counting. This does have to do with ADHD, which I was diagnosed with a couple years ago. And, just not being able to prioritize what I need to do, or kind of not being able to think about what I need to do right now when there's a lot of things to do, and kind of giving them all the same priority and not really ever deciding which one to tackle on, just thinking about them all, just thinking about all the stuff I need to do and never like taking steps to complete any one thing. It's like, well, I got to do my freelance video stuff, so I can't do my sponsor video stuff. But I do have to finish both of them. They both need to get finished, so I could just do one. But which one should I do? Yeah, I need to do both of them. And just that, ad infinitum.